Hello guys, this is Vinci and today I'll be um showing you my table of teams with like throughout 2017, I should probably say. That is the for 2017, the how teams did in different tournaments and everything. So let me start off by talking about the tournaments. So you can see that each of them is color coded here, and this is just the page of Premier tournaments for 2017 on Wikipedia. Um, so no, that's 2016. That's 2017 here. So I've just color coded them based on the tournaments. Well, there's three factors really. Um, so first of all is the teams that are attending. That's probably the most important factor. Also, the format of the tournament is very important. And I lied. There's two factors. Those are the two factors. So, well, the third factor is whether it's a major. So, in a way, I didn't lie. Huh. Okay, so the two majors obviously are the two most important tournaments because they always have the best teams there, and the format is pretty solid. 16 teams get out of groups, play out the bracket. That's pretty much the most common format, and that is what I consider a strong format. Um, the majors, they have all the best teams, as I said, and they are ranked above other tournaments, which also have a lot of good teams. So like E-League CS:GO Premier, that's got 16 teams as well. That's also got pretty good teams, quite comparable to the major. Why isn't E-League Premier as important as the majors? Well, the players don't take it as seriously. Everyone takes the majors seriously, you know? That is like everyone wants to win a major, and that of itself determines a lot. So um, for that reason, I think that the majors are the most important tournaments. Um, then the tournaments marked in yellow, so that's E-League, CS:GO Premier, that's Epicenter, etc. Those tournaments all have very strong formats, very strong teams, and are very respectable tournaments. And finally, the tournaments in orange that you see here, they are um, they can have iffy formats. They may not have all the top 10 teams in the world, but they have a good portion of them. Um, they are decent tournaments, but they're not the tournaments where you see who is truly the best. For example, in ESL Pro League, we recently saw Simple and Navi wreck it through DreamHack Masters. Through DreamHack Winter, but they're not here because they didn't qualify online. Virtus Pro are not here because they didn't qualify online. At ECS, I've actually it annoys me so much Windows 10 when it does that. It cuts off the top part. I've marked ECS as red. I'll get onto that in a second. Um, but yeah, for example, ECS doesn't have SK, which is the reason it's marked red. Um, so yeah, these orange tournaments. Yes, it's true that Navi and VP all had a chance to qualify. Well, not this season. VP didn't because I don't think they. Or were they? I think actually they might have been. In the online qualifiers. Let me see. Ah, no, they won't. Okay, so yeah, but the point is they could have qualified, right? So why am I de-ranking the tournament just because a certain team didn't qualify? Well, in my opinion, online qualifiers degrade the tournament, you know? I'm only going to consider the tournament the teams that get to LAN. So for example, if it does happen that in the ESL Pro League all the best teams get to LAN, let's say that in the top 10, three of the teams are from NA and six and seven from Europe. If the top six from Europe and the top three from NA qualified, that would be top nine of the 10 teams. Um, so that would be a pretty stacked tournament, and then I'd mark it as yellow. But that was not the case for the ESL Pro League, and I'm going to go through every tournament and show you exactly my rationale. So, as a comparison for the form in which the teams were, I use the HOTV rankings, um, and I go back in time basically to check which teams were doing how well um, at the time of the tournament. So I just look for the latest ranking before the tournament started. So for example, I have well obviously the majors marked as a major, so I'm not gonna go through that. but I'm gonna go through DreamHack Las Vegas and why it was one marked in yellow. So I look at the date here, 15th of February. So I go to February and I go to 13th. So now if I go down to the list of teams, you see, let me make this a bit bigger so I can fit everything on one page. Oh, it annoys me so much when you don't see the arrow sometimes. It's fuck Windows 10, man. There we go. Right, okay, that should be big enough. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my fuck. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I need to do this. Then I'm so sorry. I'm not cutting it out though because I'm lazy. Right, so you see Astralis is here, Virtus Pro is here, SK is here, Navi is here, Optic is here, Nip is here, FaZe is here, North is here, Gambit is here, Fnatic is here, Cloud9 is here. All the top 11 teams are at this tournament. That is a fucking stacked tournament. Um, so this tournament is definitely yellow. I'm gonna go through every single one just to show you, so you don't have to, so you don't doubt my ranking at all. So this is Katowice. I've marked this as yellow, I believe, as well. Yeah, so Katowice is yellow, and then Starlad is yellow as well. So let's see. When was Katowice? That was on the 1st of March. So let's go 27th of February. That's like 2 days before. So you see, Astralis is here, VP is here, SK is here, North is here, Navi is here, Optic is here, Gambit is not here, Nip is here, FaZe is here, and Fnatic is here. So, and Cloud9 is here, and yeah, top 11 teams except for one this time, and that's Gambit. But Gambit are position number 7, so it's not that crucial, not enough to degrade it to what was it, orange? Yeah, an orange tier tournament. So yeah, this is yellow. Star ladder. This is start of April, so let's go to March. 27th of March. Yeah, that's good enough, I guess. Actually, oh, 3rd of April is perfect. Okay, cool. So we've got Astralis, Virtus Pro we have, SK we have, FaZe we have, North we have, Navi we have, Immortals we have, Heroic we don't have, but that's okay. Gambit we have, Cloud9 we don't have, Fnatic we have, Nip we have, Optic we don't have, etc. So we've got most of the teams, and the only teams that are missing are the 8th and 10th team, which is not that big of a deal. So this tournament qualifies as a top tier tournament. Um, let's see. Let's check out the next one. So I've marked Sydney. By the way, I'm not considering these two because they're online. I'm not considering any online tournaments. All land, baby. Let's go. Um, ESL Pro League Finals Cologne. These are all marked orange, and I'm going to show you exactly why. So Sydney. Um, I don't even need to go to a tier list. These are basically the top 3 teams, I think. Let's go to a tier list. To the rankings, I guess. So 3rd of 5th month is May, I think. Yeah, 3rd of May. Yeah, okay, cool. They start from the 1st. So as you can see, Astralis is here, FaZe is here, Versus Pro is not here. But that's okay because they fell through after that because if you may remember, in so they won Las Vegas, and then Katowice they bombed out, and Starlight they bombed out. So that 3rd place in HLTV, considering Virtus.pro's history of being very high up, then very low down, we pretty much knew that even if they did attend Sydney, they wouldn't have done much. So I can so let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that Virtus.pro, okay, not a big deal that they're not there. So let's call it the top 3 teams, right? Astralis, FaZe, SK, they're here and North. So let's call it the top 4 teams. They're here. But then the other 4 teams, Optic 13th, Renegades 23rd, Vici Gaming, where the fuck are they? And Chiefs, where the fuck are they? So this is definitely a decent tournament, but um, I don't feel like compare this tournament to an epicenter, right? You can't possibly give them the same credit, you know. You, there's no way for a small team to prove themselves, you know. This I just feel like if you don't have enough teams, enough quality teams in the tournament, you can't just give it the same credit as a team that has most of the top 10 teams. This tournament only has like four. Though they're the best, it's just four top 10 teams. There's nobody that can cause an upset. Um so I'm hoping you understand my reasoning. ESL Pro League. Um So this is 30th of May again, so we're on May already. That's like a day before. Perfect. Right. So here we don't have Astralis. We don't have FaZe. That's already pretty much enough for me to consider an orange. But let's go keep going. So SK's here, G2's here, North's here, Navi's here. BP's not here. Um, they've been in a bad form, I guess. So I guess you could give them that. Gambit is not here, who they've been a decent team throughout, you know. They should be at most tournaments, so that's kind of a minus that they're not here. Hellraisers is not here, but mainly it's Astralis and FaZe not being here that ruins it. So this one's an orange tournament as well, um, because you still do have teams like North and G2 and SK, which can definitely cause a bang. So then we go to ECS. ECS was on the 23rd of June, so let's go a bit forward in time to the 19th. And we see, so SK is here, Astralis is here, FaZe is here, G2 is here, but then we don't have North, we have Fnatic, okay. We have Optic, we don't have Navi, we don't have Gambit, we don't have VP, um, Cloud9 are 15th, Liquid are 14th, um, and this one is probably closer than the other two to a tier 1 tournament, but I still don't think, well, top tier, I don't know, green or yellow, whatever. It's yellow tournament. Okay, so this one is closest to yellow tournament compared to the other two, but I still give it an orange because they're still missing a good portion of the top 10. I mean, by all means, this the fact that a tournament is an orange tournament does not degrade it, but considering how many other good tournaments we have throughout the year, we have to do it the justice to distinguish it from the other ones because um, these yellow ones just have so many good teams that you have to give them more props. I'm not saying that these orange tournaments are not as worthy. Um, when I talk about my point distribution, I'll give you the exact reason as to my point distribution, and I will expand on that point, which was quite significant in determining the point distribution. So moving on, we've got ESL One Cologne. Remember that's the tournament that Astralis decided not to attend, and they were the best team at the time. Uh, I think so. 4th of July was there a ranking? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So okay. SK was, and Astralis was the third best team. So SK FaZe, they're here, Astralis, and all the other teams are pretty much here. So G2, North, Cloud9, Fnatic, Immortals, uh, Liquid, Navi. Let's keep going. Vertipro, Massports, Optic, Gambit. Um, but this third team is missing. So our, this one is the closest to being a yellow tournament, closer than this one, obviously. Um, but I've still given it an orange. Uh, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about it again. I'm on the fence for this one. Okay, so let's leave this tab open here. Let's open all the other yellow ones. And then in the end, when we see all the yellow ones, we'll compare ESL 1 Cologne to the yellow ones and see if all the yellow ones are consistently so good so as to so if all these teams have pretty much all the top teams in here all the time, then ESL One Cologne will be orange. But if there's another team that I've been kind of lenient on, then I'll be lenient on ESL One Cologne as well. Right. Masters Malmo, I've marked it as yellow. Mykonos is a shit tournament, so I've left it out. And by the way, I'm only looking at Premier tournaments. I also considered Blast Pro Series, but that doesn't fit the fact that it has a good format. Like I said, um, that Orange doesn't have to have the best format, but Blast Pro Series format, in my opinion, was completely fucking terrible because what was it? A few best of ones and then just one best of three for the whole fucking tournament. One best of three for the whole tournament. Like there wasn't even a proper third and fourth place in this tournament. So um, I'm not gonna qualify that. And considering the fact that Astralis wasn't with their full lineup, um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna consider it. I'm not gonna take it into account. The format is just too much for me. Um, so yeah, so on New York, this one I marked orange, Premier yellow, CS:GO E-League Premier yellow, and Epicenter yellow. So Malmo is yellow because let's go 30th of August, 28th, good enough. Um, SK is here, Astralis is here, Gambit is here, Immortals is here, G2 is here, FaZe is here, North is here, VP is here, Liquid is not here, and Cloud9 is here. Navi is here, Envious is here, Nip is here, Big is not here, etc. So pretty much all the top teams, no one from the top 6 missing. Well, no one from the top 8 is missing really. So obviously that's a yellow tournament. New York, that's an orange tournament because let's go back to the date. So 15th of September. What's before 15th of 11th? Okay. Um, so SK is here. G2 is not here. North is not here. Astralis is here. Gambit is not here. Um, Immortals is not here. Nip is not here. FaZe is here, but like I think that's the first tournament that FaZe dominated. Yeah. So they're ranked quite low. If you were really to consider the skill power at that time, you'd probably be ranking them like third, maybe second. But they only proved themselves this tournament, so this ranking is not quite accurate. If we go to the next week, I think they've moved up quite a lot yet to fourth place. Um, so that is definitely not a top tournament, though let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say it has the best team, the second best team, and like a top 4 team, let's say. Even then, Vodspro have been shit. Um, how did Yeah, they 0-2'd. Um, Liquid aren't that good, you know. You don't have a Nip, you don't have your G2, you don't have your North. That's a lot of teams missing. So that's definitely an orange tournament by my standards. Premier, that's a yellow tournament here. As you can see, let's go to 8th of. Actually, E-League is quite because it takes place over a month. I like to go to the week when these finals started and look at that. But to be formal, let's be formal first. So let's be formal and go to the 8th of what's that, September? Is that when it started? 8th of September. Okay. Um, uh, the 9th month. Yeah. Okay. 8th. Okay. That's kind of early. I thought it was a bit later on. Um, so as you can see, SK is here, G2 is here, Astralis is here. I'm lucky these rankings don't deviate too much as time progresses because like here, if SK all of a sudden became 10th best team in the world, then like it'd be kind of hard to um, decide whether to use the rankings at the start of the tournament or the start of the brackets. But they don't deviate too much. My point is, so it doesn't really matter which list I look at. They're both gonna satisfy the fact that there's the best teams are here. So you've got SK. The only problem maybe is that FaZe is in 8th place. So, but yeah, you've got Astralis. I got to Astralis, right? Then you've got North. Gambit is not here. That's kind of a bummer. But you've got Immortals. You've got Nip. You've got FaZe. You've got Navi. You've got VP. You've got Cloud9. Liquid, Envy. All the other teams are here. Fnatic, No Big, Heroic, Mousesports, and Renegades. I think that's all the teams. Yeah. Um. So yeah, definitely a yellow tournament. And if we go to October, like maybe the second, I think. Let's see when they start. Oh, on the 10th. So yeah, let's go to 9th. Um. As you can see, SK is still here. G2 is still in the top 10. North, FaZe, Astralis, Liquid, Gambit. Basically the same teams, right? So I think I made that point clear by now. Which one was that? Okay, so I can close these two tabs. Actually, um, oh whatever. Let's go to Epicenter. So Epicenter, one of the reasons why this. Okay, so let's go through the teams, right? So it might seem weird that this is a yellow tournament because it's only got 8 teams, and all the other yellow tournaments have like 16. Um, but let's go through these 8 teams right now. So, the tournament started on the 24th of October. So let's go to the 23rd rankings. Um, I'm sorry if you can hear that noise. So FaZe are first, they're here. Astralis is here. SK is here. North is here. It's funny because that's like their catchphrase. North is here. Um, G2 is here. Cloud9's not here, but Gambit is here. Liquid is here. Nip is not here. And Xmort. I think that's all the teams. I think I went through the teams. Oh no, Virtus Pro is okay. Virtus Pro are 13th, but as you see, they didn't play like a 13th ranked team. They played really fucking well. They decided to show up this tournament, and they put up one of the best finals I've seen. Um, so yes, most of the top 8 teams are here, but there's lots that are missing. You know, you don't have the 6th best team. You don't have the 9th best team and the 10th best team. That's a big field of teams that's missing. But the reason this tournament makes it here is because it's got the best fucking format any CS:GO tournament has ever had before. Look at this. Best of 3, 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 best of 5, and a third place match. I mean that's all you need, isn't it? What more do you need? Um, I actually haven't accounted for this third place match. I might hmm, yeah, I guess give G2 an extra point. Well, uh, yeah, like an extra point maybe, but that doesn't really change much because they're still pretty low down. Yeah, okay. Um, sorry, getting sidetracked here. But this tournament definitely deserves to be yellow just because of the innovative format. I like it. Um, Epicenter, these two are online. And then we've got Oakland, which is marked orange, Pro League that is marked orange, and ECS that is marked red. So, by the way, in case I haven't made this clear, I'm not considering red teams at all in my table. No red teams. I am let me just make sure I'm recording because it'd be really stupid if I wasn't. Yeah, okay, 23 minutes. Um, yeah, so red teams like Mykonos, like the WESG finals, um, and ECS, I'm not considering because let's go to ECS, right? So I just open it here. Look at this shit. So let's go to the latest rankings because this tournament hasn't happened yet as of recording this video. Uh, oh, these are the rankings from a week ago. Okay. Um, so you don't have SK, which are the best team. Okay, you've got FaZe, you've got Astralis, but you don't have NiP, you have Cloud9, you don't have G2, you don't have North, you don't have VP, you have Mousesports, you have Liquid, you don't have Gambit, you don't have well, no point going on. Basically, most of the top teams are missing. This is basically like a DreamHack winter or like DreamHack tours. I think they're called those small 8-team tournaments where they invite like a few good teams and then the rest are shit. Um, so I'm not considering those DreamHacks. I'm not considering this either. ESL Pro League 6 Season 6 finals. This just in, SK beat FaZe to secure to in a great match. Don't know where I was going with that. So let's see which teams are here. So this is the ranking before the tournament, so it's okay. We can use that. So SK, top 1 team here. FaZe here. Astralis here. NiP here. C9's not here. G2 is not here. North is here. VP is not here. Mouse is not here. Liquid is here. Gambit is not, etc. So quite a mixed bag of teams, to be honest. And I am Oakland. This one, some people may be disappointed that it's marked orange, but let's see why. So this is from the 14th of November. So November, let's go to the 13th. Damn, I thought the tournament was a bit later on. I thought it was like last week or 2 weeks ago or something. So let's see. SK is here. FaZe is here. Astralis, G2, no North, no VP, no. Oh, sorry. Cloud9 is here. Liquid is here. NiP is here. Gambit is here. See, this falls in the list of with your ESL 1 Cologne. I think I may be being a bit harsh here because all the best teams are here. Just North missing, the only significant team missing. That might be enough. Yeah, I think North not being here kind of degrades the whole tournament, and yeah, and the format is not the best either. Same with for ESL 1 Cologne, they use that six. Oh no, they use twist system here. Okay, never mind. But here the format I don't really like it because round robin is shit. Yeah, in my opinion, it's an orange. I could see arguments why it wouldn't be an orange. But now let's do what I said I would do. So these are the 6 yellow tournaments throughout the year, and we see here all of these tournaments basically had the best teams here, right? There were no exceptions. I wasn't lenient with any of them, so I'm not going to be lenient with ESL 1 Cologne. So it's going to remain orange. Though it's very close. This is like really borderline. If there was something between orange and yellow, I'd give it that. But it's yeah, I don't know. It's too much. Like giving another ranking. So oh well, these things happen. Over time, it kind of averages out to normal. So just you'll just have to swallow it. So I've justified each and every tournament. I understand that there might be disagreements with my decisions, but this is my ranking, and any ranking to a certain extent will be opinionated. Right. So let's talk about the point distribution a bit. So um, major, if you win a major, you get 10 points. If you reach the final and lose, it's 7 points. If you reach the semis and lose, it's 5 points. For a yellow tournament, if you reach the final, if you win, it's 7 points. If you reach the final and lose, it's 4 points. If you reach the semis, it's 2 points. Now here is why I am comfortable giving an ESL1 Cologne an orange. Um, sorry, sorry. Let me rephrase that. This is why I am comfortable calling so many tournaments which have the top 4 teams, let's say, or like the top two. Sorry, which have the top 2 or 3 teams, why I'm comfortable giving these tournaments an orange label because look at my point distribution. 5 points for winning it. That is quite a lot of points. You know, it's just 2 less than a yellow tournament. It's more than reaching the final of a yellow tournament. Still pretty respectable. 3 points reaching the final. That's still pretty respectable. You know. So if you're a good team and you're playing in a tournament that doesn't have all the best teams in the world and you win, you still get your credit, you know, because you've had to fight through some top teams. If if you reach the final again, you get your credit. So I think this is my justification for calling tournaments like ESL 1 Cologne an orange tournament because the winner not that um is not deducted so many points. Um, But in reality, what is it, 15 of those tournaments? So 2 majors, 6, 8, and 7, 15. Yeah, so all these 15 tournaments are very stacked throughout the year. Like, consistent, they're very stacked. So all of these tournaments are very prestigious. Um, but this is just this differentiating the very prestigious ones from the prestigious ones, that sort of thing. So here is the table, which is why you're all here probably. So this is all the 2017 tournaments. SK in the in the semis of the E-League Major, they they won Epicenter, that's their win, and their 4 wins here are from let's see, ESL won Cologne, Pro League just a day ago. Um, Sydney, I think they won, and ECS, right? They won Sydney, yeah. So they're first, 39 points. Astralis and FaZe are tied. I was contemplating whether this should be 2 or 3. If it's 2, then FaZe goes quite far down below Astralis, but I'll keep it as 3 points. I think that's fair. And yeah, these are my rankings, guys. Best teams of 2017: SK, Astralis, FaZe, VP, and then there's a massive drop between FaZe and VP, and then a massive drop between VP and G2, and then G2, Gambit, and North are pretty close up. Um, then you've got Immortals and all the other teams that were able to sort of make a notch, and make like what's the saying? Like make a notch on the table or something. They basically make a mark, some sort of a mark. You know, Nip won IM Oakland. They reached the semis of fuck. Okay, this is gonna take a while to find where they reached the semis of because I've got to go for every tournament. I don't remember, but they reached the semis of a big tournament, so that's why they're here. Fnatic reached the major semifinals. They also reached semis of ESL Pro League a few days ago. Um, etc. Right, I don't need to go for every single team. Misfits Optic. Um, anyways, I'm talking too much. I'm babbling. This video is long enough as it is. So I hope you agree with my rankings, guys. I'm gonna try and do it for 2016 and 2015 as well, and I'm gonna keep track of 2018. Um, but it's kind of hard because you have to be very informal with situations like SK and LG when they swapped orgs, like which teams you're following. I have to think of like some sort of rule so that I'm consistent throughout everything, and I can't be asked doing that. Um, I was kind of informal here with the teams. I've just done it based on roster. So like SK, this is SK with Phelps and with Bolts, both of these lineups combined together. So like I wouldn't know how many points SK have without with Phelps and how many they have with Bolts. Um, Astralis kept the same lineup. FaZe, yeah, they made a major roster change as well, so I wouldn't know how many of those um were with Alu and Kyo, and how many of those were with um Olaf and Guardian. Um, G2 also changed out Zeus. So my point is that these are just based on orgs, and it'd be very hard to do it for 2016 and 2015. But when I have the time, I might do it as well and post the rankings for like the best team from 2015 onwards, like the best team in modern Counter Strike. Um, but for now, that's what you get. So stop complaining and enjoy it. So nice. Okay. Uh, um, bye, I guess.